On January for the summer?
Shit. Yeah, man, if I could ever catch a break somewhere and do something. Shit.
Yeah, I hear you there.
What you got going on today?
No, not much. Just gonna set the dredge up and get it ready for the season since the weather's getting a lot nicer out finally.
Shit. That pile of shit over there?
Yeah, you know all about that.
I do. You always talk about that thing like, I'm gonna go gold mining today.
Yeah, you never get off your ass and come with me.
Fuck. Show me what this thing will do.
Let's put it together.
Alright.
Get that beer down, you know.
Shit. Push it on.
At least you're good to do something.
Right?
First we need to get the pontoons here. That's the bag. So, time to float. Float center. Get two on each side.
Does it matter which way they face?
No, the backs and the front ones will go up down and the back ones go the opposite direction. They butt up to each other. Just like that.
Okay.
Alright? Kind of close. Now you grab the frame, get the frame on there.
So we like float down the river on this thing or what?
Well, you can. You can actually just leave the pump on the pontoons and make like a jet boat.
There you go.
It's kind of fun. I've done that before.
Which way does this thing need to go?
Just like this. That way the sluice box can hang off back the other end. So this goes, gonna get the, gotta bring it back here more.
You're the expert here. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Alright, we'll get that line up there. These all fit down. Yep, you got yours in there right now. Just need to figure out what I'm doing here.
Can we just strap these things down or what?
No, I got some pins that they all lock together. The cool thing about this dredge is it breaks down into small pieces so you can pack them in. Here, I'll get those pins for you. Here's a bag of parts.
Sack of tools?
Yeah. Alright. So, these pins here, one of these goes in every one of these spots and locks it all together. So basically, you put this in here like this.
Where'd you find this thing at? Like
Yeah,
the antique store or something?
Got it on Craigslist, of all places.
They had to pay to take it or what?
No, I got it for half the price of a new one though.
Right, because it was already used?
Yeah. The guy only had like 20 hours on it.
Yeah, you probably realized he didn't catch much, did he?
Maybe not. Maybe he just didn't know what he was doing. Thankfully I do.
Right? I know we've been talking about it for a long time, about going dredging, getting gold, doing this, doing that.
Yeah, I know, you never freaking come with me.
Yeah, because I've never seen any results yet.
Thought I showed you before. Didn't you ever come up there with us when we were running last summer?
No. I thought about it. That's about as far as it went.
Like most of them.
Right.
Alright, how many do you got over there?
I got 3.
3? Must be missing one.
That's alright.
Add that to the list. That's why we do this. Get this thing ready and find out what we need before we go out.
Get that guy in there.
Just kind of got to lift up on it. Bump it.
That's what she said.
Here.
Good thing you know what you're doing, because I sure as hell don't.
There, just like that.
Shit, why you need that help?
Alright, so, get on there. Pull this up.
Is it good to have extra parts?
There's that extra one.
Ah!
Do you get it? Yeah, yeah. See,
I got a
you
backwards
make the
one.
mistake I always do. Twist around. Oh, she said, flip it around.
No?
No, yeah. Just like that.
I told you I'd come and help you for a few minutes. I didn't realize I was meeting here all day.
It doesn't take that long.
I thought you said you knew what you were doing. You need to spit on it?
No. There we go. Alright. Now, I get the sluice box put in there.
What's this little fella for?
That's what you attach the flare to.
Do what?
The flare, jet flare. That's this big thing here. See, the water's coming up the nozzle. It's going really fast. When it flares out, it slows it down. It allows the heavies to drop out. Oh, well, let's get it on there and I'll show you this. Alright, so you got to go in. Got to go over it, over the top. Like this. Here, you hang on to the front of it. So the front's got to go down and then like that.
Underneath here?
Yeah, right underneath that. All right, just like that. Okay. Just got to line center itself in here. Just like that. Yep. Just sits in there like that.
And like magically just holds itself in place or what?
Nope. Once we get the nozzle in here, put the pump on.
So that thing actually float?
Yes. Yeah, you can actually climb up on top of it.
Yeah.
Yep. It'll float. Carries quite a bit of weight actually. Which is good for when you're in heavy, rough water conditions. You gotta have a stable unit. So we got a couple of bolts. I accidentally covered them up.
Is this thing facing the right way?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yep, you gotta have the water discharge coming out this way to feed into the power jet.
So where's the suck from?
From the hose, we'll get there. I'll
Okay.
get a grasshopper.
Alright. You got something to do over
Yeah.
Stare at you and watch you put this thing
We'll get
together.
you some bolts here.
Have some nuts too?
Some nuts too. Your mom likes them nuts.
She does like running her chin. Doesn't matter where the washer goes?
Nope. Usually on the bottom. Some of these things have a washer. Then you get some more.
Alright. It's kind of like a backyard redneck here.
Main thing is we just need to make sure we got all the parts. And once we get this all together, we'll find a list of what we need to get. So you got all 4 bolts?
I got 2 nuts.
I already know that. Here. There's kind of a bittersweet of putting this together the way you did.
Good thing you know what you're doing.
All right, that's good. All right, now we'll get the power jet.
Is it a water jet?
The power jet. You know how carburetors work.
Kind of.
Yeah, you do. You work on carburetors all the time.
I know.
Of course, similar to a carburetor, the way the power jet works, it makes a venturi and sucks other water in. First got this in here. Maybe you're asking what this thing does?
Yeah.
Helps support the power jet.
Looks like a giant vacuum cleaner.
Pretty much. It's like a Hoover.
Is it gonna suck?
It sucks about as good as Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
Suck the chrome right off the bumper.
Does it spend the same amount of time in a sand as David Hasselhoff?
I don't know about that. Alright, so you have one of these helps create the seal between the power jet and the flare. This can be kind of a pain in the ass to get together when you're in the river.
This is quite the contraption you have here.
Yeah. Yes.
Are you sure this thing actually works?
So you got the clamps. That's the main thing we need. So this is the pressure line. This goes up to the pump right here. You're asking if this was the right direction. That's why you have to have the pump this way. Because this hose is only long enough to hook on a certain direction. Just like that.
It says gold grabber right here.
Yeah, you
Sure
did a pretty
grabs
good
the
job
gold?
of grabbing the gold.
Alright. Don't believe you,
Alright, so this is this right here is the pickup for the pump.
How's this guy work here? Frame it on the old.
Yeah, usually a little water.
Put on the old gold grabber right here.
Yep. You stick it on right there. Like that.
Hey, Vaseline.
Nah, don't worry about getting on there. We're not going dredging right now.
What?
Basically, just need to get it all set, make sure we got everything.
Alright.
Alright. So last but not least is the suction hose. This one does all the work.
What's this thing suck?
Sucks the dirt off the bottom of the river. It's like a big vacuum. This one's a 5-inch, so it moves a lot of material, and it's quite the bear to handle. Alright. Get that in there.
Some bitch over there.
Yep, that clamps down on there. It's like that, makes a good seal there. So it's very important when you get this thing together that this thing's level, this jet right here.
Why is that?
This is blasting like 100 psi of pressure right into this stream. And if you aim it down, it'll shoot it right into the bottom of the stream of material, which stirs up all the sediment and all the gold material which makes it all turbulent again. And the whole key we want it to do is to have the gold and heavy settle out in the bottom of this channel. Remember how you were asking how this whole flare system works?
Right.
Well, is that this thing, you're down here, you're 10 feet under the water, sucking dirt off the bottom, and the material, what's getting all stirred up as it's sucking on the nozzle. And as it's going through here, the heavies are falling out in the bottom of it, coming up here, they're still moving really fast, so you don't want this thing blasting in as it's trying to settle out. So if you put this at an angle, it still makes the venturi drawing the material in here with it. And as it hits this flare, the water slows down, helping the material fall out even more. All right. So next, you get up in here.
You got a mud flap here or what?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that off your pickup?
Yeah. This is off my pickup, but same material and it works really good for it. And it's cheap.
Right.
So this is where all the action happens. See the flare? It widens out really big here. You see this is all tore up from all the rocks tumbling across it. Well, this classifies all the big rocks out because usually you don't find gold that big all the time.
So the big rocks just land here?
Yeah, all the material comes across here. And this is a classifier unless all the small material will fall out. So this is where most of your gold will get trapped, in this small riffle section. This is expanding metal, but it makes a little vortex. And since this slows the material down, lets the gold drop out, it's going to drop right through this too, drop down here and get caught here.
Gotcha. So what do these guys do?
These are basically like extra protection, and they're extra riffles for if you overload the sluice box. So you suck up a whole bunch of material at once. You know, kind of like girlfriend gags and give
Oh
her
yeah,
too much.
right,
Yeah.
here a little more.
Yeah, this is to help out with that.
Aha.
So anytime you get bigger stuff, say you have a big nugget that tumbled off here and didn't quite fit in here, these are big riffles, so they make a really big vortex and suck in the big rocks and the big heavy material and get stuck.
So why wouldn't you want these facing the other way then?
Because there's a certain way these work. As the water moves over here rapidly, it makes it almost like a turbulent tornado and it exchanges material. So gold's one of the heaviest things. It's one of the heaviest natural materials in the table of elements. So it'll fall out faster than anything else. And then when you get the flow just right, it'll drop out. And with the turbulent action going on, it takes all the light sediment and helps disperse it and lets it keep going. But the heavies like gold, say like your lead fishing weights and stuff, they'll all stay here. I mean, heck, look there, right there. There's a piece of fishing equipment right there that I sucked up last summer when we were out.
Hang on, I'll use that later.
Yeah, go fishing, right?
That's right, catching something.
So yeah, it's all that material it'll.
So what's the mud flap for then?
So this flap, what it does, so your water's coming out here so pretty fast, it's kind of bubbling, boiling out of here. And what the mud flap does is this sits on here and it rides on top of the water, and it basically kind of pushes everything and keeps it pushed down, and it helps with the pressure of the water, pushes it out, but that also makes a nice steady stream so you don't have rapids and turbulent, which helps the gold settle and drop out. Because the smoother you can keep the flow of water over the riffles, the more likely you're going to have a good action of the boiling action and having the sediment keep moving and the heavy stay in the sluice.
Gotcha.
Because you get the angle too much, it'll move really fast and get a lot of turbulent action and everything will wash out. And if you get it not enough, well, basically all the water just goes right over the top, and these things don't do anything, and they fill up with a lot of sand and silt, and it gets really heavy, and then there's no exchange action from the vortex of the water flowing over.
So this thing just floats in the water, and this just dumps back into the river.
Pretty much. Basically, you're on the one end, you're sucking up the dirt with the nozzle off the bottom of the water there. So you got the compressor up here. That's what I didn't tell you about. So yeah, you're 10 feet down in the water. You got to have air, right?
Yeah, you would have to. I would imagine, unless you're 10 feet tall, which you
Obviously
not
not.
10 feet
About
tall.
half that.
Right.
So we got a compressor here that pumps air. I don't have all the gears in my trailer right now, but basically you hook this up and it has a regulator just like a diver has, but instead of having a tank on your back, you got the compressor here supplying fresh air to you when you're 10 feet down.
Just so you can drink a little later?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a water faucet to water the garden, you know, when you're done.
Right.
Spray it on the trees.
Grow your vegetables.
Keep all the trees growing on the side of the bank of the river.
Right.
No, I usually use that if say you're idling, you want to help wash the sluice box and you take it all apart. You can use that to help wash out. But yeah, this will supply air to you while you're down there, and as long as this thing keeps filled up with gas, this is running, you have air. But you have a supply tank that gives you extra air. So basically, when you run out of gas, the pump will stop working, so you won't have any suction while you're down there. And the air tank will still give you supplied air. So hey, well, I'm out of gas. I need to get up there and get some more gas so you can get up there. But normally, when you're out dredging, you'll have somebody else with you that'll be there to keep an eye on.
So if that thing shuts off, I have no air.
Yeah, you'll have air for about 10 seconds.
Great.
The reserve tank will give you 10
It's a good thing I'm
seconds.
only 10 feet under.
That's right.
So I can make it up pretty quick.
That's right.
So can you, if you're not 10 feet, you have to be that deep down, or does it matter?
Oh no, it just depends on where you're working.
Can you just be like knee deep in the river?
Oh yeah.
Like mowing along here,
Yeah.
just sucking the shit up,
Pretty much.
cruising along, or what?
Just like that. The main thing, the biggest thing you want to do with one of these is you want to keep this nozzle underwater at all times. Because this sucks air in, it makes a big air bubble and it blasts through the hose real fast and it'll make a big surge of water and it'll flush the sluice box out and you'll lose all your gold.
That's a shitty day, isn't it?
Yeah. You get to spend 10 hours a day down in the water, 10 feet in the water all day long, and then you do one little mistake like that. That's why you got to be, like me, know what you're doing.
Right. Well,
So,
you
screw
talk
it
about
up.
this. Where's this gold that you talk about?
Oh yeah. Might as well.
You're always like, hey Jeremy, come over. I'll be working on my stuff here. I'm gonna go dredging.
Yeah, see that?
Shoot.
That's 2 ounces. Yeah, I don't think so. You
got
can come
this.
help.
Out of this.
Yes. In 1 week. That's $2,000 worth of gold right there.
Is this my starting?
Yeah.
Alright.
You gotta come out there and help
Tell
me
you
first.
what, man. You really got this out of that.
Yes.
Were you 10 feet under?
Not about where we were working is about 6 feet.
So you're starting at the water?
Oh yeah, completely for probably 10 hours a day.
That's crazy in a week
It's-
though. That's pretty good though.
Not bad, $2,000 a week.
Not too
It
shabby.
only costs you about $10 in gas a day.
Shit, it's probably your mom pays me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's about what you pay. It's about all you're worth.
Right. So all you need is basically this and gas, and that's about the extent of it.
Yep. Know what, like I said, just some of the basics to know what you're doing and have a friend that likes to do it with you. It's always good to have 2 people. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't have to have 2 people, but you're kind of taking a risk when you're down there. I mean, what are you going to do when you're underwater and a freaking 500-pound boulder starts rolling down towards you because you cleaned out from underneath it?
You're shit out of luck.
Exactly. Or you got to be good and look for that stuff so you know what's going on.
Right. Well, what got you started in all this stuff?
I don't know, about 5 years ago, my wife's brother is the one that got me involved in it, so. I
You
don't know.
started
it's took off
dredging,
from
and then you're
there.
like, oh, just buy a dredge and do the same thing?
Yeah, first I got a claim, and then I got a dredge, and I don't know, it's been my new passion.
Right.
So
So after you're
my dad,
done with everything coming through the sluice box, what do you do from that point?
well then once you get done for the day, you gotta wash it out.
So how do you do that? You're telling me all this stuff, and
Well, this thing comes apart really easy, it's made for that. So, what you do, these riffles, they all come out. Remember how I was telling you? Basically everything gets caught behind these riffles in the vortexes.
right.
Well, that's great, but they all have to have something to settle on. Well, we have carpets and mats that they sit on. The nice thing is they're really easy to take out. So, take the classifier out, clamps off. This comes out.
It's like your barbecuer.
Yeah, it's about. Just pull that grill out, pull the mat out. When you're done at the end of the day, this will have a bunch of sediment and sand on it. If you're doing really good, you'll be able to see gold just sitting on top of this. That's when you know you're having a good day, when you can see it just sitting here.
Right.
Hell, you might even find a piece of gold in there right now.
I
But
don't find a fishing lure either.
yeah, this thing's the same way. Just take
So I
this
imagine
off.
you peel this thing back out of the water before you do this, or no?
No, you do it right in the river. You put a big tub. What you do is you get this thing shut off, put a big tub in the back of this. You take all these out, like this. You pull these mats up, and what you do is you have the tub right here, and you'll gently slide them out into the tub, and you put water in there, and you shake them and stretch them, which helps release all the gold particles and the heavies that get stuck in this.
Right.
And then there's still lots of other crap in here, so you either do is take a little pail and kind of wash it out of there, and a lot of times you'll get, if there's big gold in there, you can just pick it right out of the box.
So you gotta be pretty damn careful, because this is still in the water.
Yeah, you gotta be very careful.
Right now.
Oh yeah, look, if you got someone helping you and they don't know what they're doing, yeah,
Kinda like me.
yeah, it'll just all go bye-bye. So you gotta do that, and you can even fire the pump up and let it just slowly run and wash it all out there, and then you take it back, and at the end of the day, you just go back there and pan it. About every 2 hours we clean this out, and then at the end of the day, we'll go back to camp and sit around the fire and just go through some of it and see how we did.
There
Pan
you
some
go.
of it out.
Every 2 hours.
Yep, usually every 2 hours. At least the front section. The back section, this is like the
Like your safety net, like
Yeah,
you were
safety
saying,
net.
and kind of catch all the other stuff on it.
Yep, this is our safety net, and we just use that at the end to pretty much reassure if we do a screw up and either suck up too much dirt or accidentally pull the nozzle out. At least if it gets blown out of the front section, it'll get caught in this back section.
There you go. That works pretty good then.
Yeah, so what do you think?
Shit. Let's do this. Where's that 2 ounces? I need me
Is
a
that
jump
2
start.
ounces? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Keep
summer's just around the corner. If the weather keeps up like this, we'll be out in the creeks here in a couple of months.
So you just pack this up, put it in your pickup, and go.
Pretty much.
Nothing else.
Get a wetsuit and Yeah, wetsuit gas, the dredge, and a little knowledge and know-how, and
A couple cases of beer.
a couple cases of beer.
Okay.
Yeah, a cheap helper.
Right.
Doesn't mind just getting out and having a good time.
There you go.
It's a lot of fun. It's one hobby that can pay for itself, and if you want to make a living on it, you can do it if you're in the right spot too.
Yeah. I know. Well, good thing I know somebody who's got one of these, right?
That's right. You got me. You can come up there anytime.
Right, get started on it.
Yeah. You ever get any free time?
Right, can I vacuum my house out?
You can't quite back in the house. Maybe fill full of water.
There you
You
go.
float this thing in your house and suck the cracks
I'm
out.
gonna go and carpet cleaner.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. Your insurance company might not like that.
Yeah, I don't need to know about that.